What's up, everybody? Your boy Mega62. Welcome back to another video. Hope you enjoyed the last one. Please go check it out if you haven't. Where we broke down the last game week of the Premier League. We're going to be doing that for every game week, so hopefully that'll be out on either Friday or Saturday. Depends how quickly I can get it all sorted for you. But today, I thought we'd do a little keep, loan, sell for Liverpool Football Club. I might do this with some other clubs as well. Let me know what clubs you like to see. I'm thinking maybe, I don't want to be boring, but the traditional big six, and then see what else we could do. Maybe a Villa and Newcastle, maybe even go out into Europe, Real Madrid, Barcelona, all that sort of stuff, you know what I mean? So without further ado, let's get straight into it for Liverpool, what they should do. Starting off with Alisson Becker, it's keep. I don't think you can really argue with that. He's probably still a top 5 goalkeeper in the world, I think. I think he's still the best in Premier League, if I'm honest with you. I think he has dropped off a little bit this year in terms of his distribution. I think he has a couple of shaky passes nowadays where you're like, he needs to do that, okay? So, you're like, okay, is he on the decline? Yes. Does that mean Liverpool should go anywhere near selling him? No, because I look at the goal he's coming up and I'm not overly impressed. You don't get the impression with the new keepers that any of them are ready yet to take on or replace Alisson. Freddie Woodman, I think you keep. Surely on a first team, just fills in, on the, what's it called? The homegrown filter. You need enough homegrown players. Easy one to have your first choice keeper be homegrown. Simple. Now on to Yorgi Mamadashvili, loan for me. I think reports coming out, he's a little bit unhappy with how the club has dealt with, how the club have not given him enough game time. But what did you think you signed up for? I read that headline. I was like, well, what did you expect to happen, bro? Alisson's the best in the world. You didn't expect to just come in. Liverpool's greatest goalkeeper of all time, arguably. You're not just going to come in and start straight away. And I don't think he's been great when he has played. I thought the game at Brentford, he was really poor. That game annoyed me. I do have a slight sympathy with him from a distribution point of view, because I thought his distribution was poor. But I did feel like they were constantly playing it onto his weak foot. They would constantly pass it to him on, I believe it was his right foot, even though he's left-footed. And it's like our centre-back didn't clock that our goalkeeper's left-footed and put it on his left. You know what I mean? There was that sort of issue, and I was like, you just saw that the build-up, all of that, and that's not your fault. But then, you just stood on your line when a Brentford player was running through, I can't remember who it was, just running through on goal, and you just stood there, like a lemon. That I wasn't impressed with. Joe Gomez, another one where I could understand an argument to sell. I could. I think 1 year left on his deal, when he's coming into the start next season, and he is getting on a bit. Injury issues are there. He's not a key starting player, and he'll probably get a decent bit of money for it. If the right offer came in, I wouldn't be against. So it would hurt to see him leave, but I wouldn't be against saying yes to it. It's a keep though for me. For me, it's a keep. He's just better than other utility options out there. He's homegrown as well. You've got to consider that. Liverpool are in need of homegrown players. They've not got a lot. So I think from that point of view, you have to consider him. Other than that, I give it up. Next up, easiest keep of the video, Virgil van Dijk. Well, I say easiest keep. Actually, is he? I don't know if he is because of his age. But with centre-back worries that Liverpool have, the thought of Ibu Konar, as we'll get onto later, potentially leaving the club, I think you have to start him. It also will be nice for him to sort of teach Leone when he comes back from injury, and obviously Chiquette coming in the summer. Interesting to see how he teaches them, what he does with them. And I think he is probably still, I'm going to say he's the best centre-back in the world. I still think it. I look at what he's having to do in this Liverpool team, and I think especially with how Konaté's played for up until February time this season, Konaté was awful, and Van Dijk did so much heavy lifting that you're thinking, phew. I still think he has the most aerial duels in the Premier League this season, the most touches of the ball, I believe. Most passes. I could be wrong on that one, but I have a feeling he's up there anyway. He's top in all these stats because he dictates the whole play. He'll switch it out wide on the wings. He'll take it to the what? He'll switch it outside the wings and then take it to feet very well. I just think he is still an elite class act that Liverpool definitely cannot afford to get rid of when you look at who they are going to be eventually getting rid of. One man they're not going to be getting rid of though is that man there. Hugo Ekidike. Hugo Ekidike. He's well, he is a starter, but we don't have that option. We have keep. He was the only signing that really hit the ground running. Other signings have come in and been better since, but he's still probably been the best of all of them so far. It wouldn't surprise me the most because I looked at him in Frankfurt and I thought he was okay, but I did have that slight Bundesliga tactic on my mind where he looked like when Werner came in. Werner looked sick, came in and was just a bit meh. So I thought it'd be interesting to see how Ekitike adapts because big price fee coming in from a lot easier league, and I wasn't overly convinced on what I'd seen of him in Germany. I know we did well against Spurs in the Europa League. I remember that goal we scored at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Very nice. But now we move on to a fellow French man who makes things all the more difficult. Where do we go? Where do we go with Ibou Konate? Contract up in the summer. I think with Ibou, my gut feeling is telling me that Ibou Konate is going to stay. I believe he will stay. That's what my gut is telling me. I'm not overly bothered either way. I feel if he goes, well, it's his heart. If he goes, fair, you know what, leave. You've done a decent job barring this year, and you've come in, you won the Premier League, won the FA Cup, won multiple League Cups. You can go and you'll be remembered of well, especially where you're ending this season. And I won't have any hard feelings if you were to leave. And if you want to leave to go and become the A centre back, if you like, do it. It's your career, bro. Do it. If he stays on the other hand, I think it's probably better from a Liverpool point of view because of centre back. Well, you've got two young centre backs, so to have Kanai and Van Dijk there with them will be helpful. But yeah, with the A side, B side thing I was just on there, it'd be very interesting to see Kanai as the B defender. So you have Virgil van Dijk as the A defender constantly. Kanai without Van Dijk, we've barely seen it. It would be because Van Dijk's so consistent. It'd be interesting to see what happens if you were to go to, say, Real Madrid. I know they're not interested anymore, but with the way the form's going, they could come back. It would be a buy me. A PSG is also a very likely option. I feel like they'd want him to be the main guy, because he'll be wanting big money. Because he seems to be wanting big money. I would be interested to see how he does, because I feel he does have an error in him. This season he has been woeful. Let's hide the last couple of games. Ibou Konate has been one of the worst players in the Premier League this season. But he is getting back to it, and I feel that Liverpool would probably now look at it and go, okay, you're coming back into form, we may want to keep you here. If it was up to me, it depends how much he wants. I think that's the thing, innit? If he wants big money, I think you tell him no. But if he wants decent enough wages, then I think you say stay. For me, it's a tough one. I think ideally you keep. And I'm going to put him in keep. But I definitely can understand the argument of not wanting him to pay the wages. And if the wages he wants is going to break the wage structure, you can tell him to do one. Go find a new club. You know what I mean? Yo, Engelmoa is a keep. That's probably the easiest keep in the video. I don't want to go into it too much, but this kid is the future. He is the future, okay? This kid is the one. You saw that solo goal he nearly scored on the weekend. Oh my word. Mate, a lot of people are complaining about his game time. I'm just going to say it now. I like what the club is doing. Don't overplay Rio. I think by giving Rio limited minutes, it will prolong his career and make him play for longer and play for played better in his peak years. So, same with Trent. Trent broke through very young and played practically every minute for the next 4 seasons. If I remember correctly, he started getting a couple of minutes in 17, but he really made a name after Klein got injured in 17, 18. And then I don't remember him even picking up an injury, but in between then and the injury he got at the Etihad back in 21. In between that time, I don't remember a single injury that he had. And now he's getting injuries and he looks past it physically. I don't want that to happen to Rio. So I understand what the club are doing. I would not loan him. Absolutely not. Keep him in the squad at all costs. Keep Rio and Gamoa. Alexander Isak, again, you've just spent 120 million quid on arguably the best, not best centre forward in the world, because Haaland, Kane and Mbappe take those spots. But I think after Kane, Haaland and Mbappe, he is the number one. And I know he hasn't shown it this year. He has been injured. He wasn't even fit when he played. Let's be honest about it. He's not been fit all year. Once he's back from that leg break, I'm telling you, he's going to lock in. I think as soon as he's back, he's just going to hit it. He's going to score goals. Next year, I think he's going to rip the league up for fun. Keep easy. Next one, Alexis McAllister. I would be tempted to sell. I would. I like Alexis McAllister a lot. I think last season he was probably, bar the big three. No, we're not on about Kendrick, Drake and Cole. We are on about Alisson Becker, Virgil van Dijk and Mo Salah. Barring them, I think he was probably Liverpool's best player. But he does seem past it. He really does. And I just think you could probably get a bit of cash for him. And he's not the sort of player that's going to retire at Liverpool. He's not. We need to be real about it. I wouldn't be angry if you say it. By putting him in sell, I just feel it's now we can get the money for him. I'm obviously not going to be against keeping Alexis McAllister. He can pass the ball brilliantly. He's a brilliant footballer. Technically so gifted. But I do wonder how much longer he has left in his legs. That is a slight concern. Cody Gakpo now. And I am fairly certain he's not good enough. I've not been overly impressed. I was having this debate the other day. Is Cody Gakpo a flop? Is he? Is he or is he not? I wouldn't say he's a flop, but I also wouldn't say he's been a major success. He came in Christmas time 22. So that January window he came in. He had a poor start. Then he started picking forward at the end of the year. He scored a couple of goals. Scored that one at London Stadium is the one that springs to my mind in that god-awful toothpaste kit. Then the next year, 23-24, I thought he was honking. I know Jurgen tried to turn him into, it seemed like Pep Linders wanted to turn him into Bobby. He was never going to be that. I thought he was average. Then you had the whole Carragher he plays in slow motion thing that blew up, and he was right to say that, by the way. Gakpo, I think we forget how bad Gakpo was in the title running for 24. People love to throw blame at Kwanzaa, when I think Kwanzaa was not the issue. I think one definite issue was Cody Gakpo. I just didn't think or feel he was good enough. Last year he was good. This year's been honking, man. Cody Gakpo isn't good enough. It's that simple. Cody Gakpo is a Poundland Iron Robin. That's what he is. Iron Robin, known, cutting inside, scoring a worldie. Cody Gakpo, cutting inside, smash into the legs of the defender. Does my head in. Genuinely. There's so many times Milos Kerkez or Andy Robertson are making a darting run. Play him in. Play him in. He's open. He's in space. But instead, Cody Gakpo, no, I know what to do. I'll cut inside and boot the ball straight at the 5 defenders stood in front of me. Oh, God damn. He thinks he isn't good enough. He really is not good enough. And I just don't understand the constant need to play him. I understand we're lacking in forwards, and I understand Rio is still very young, and I did just defend the Rio playtime. I know, calm down. I think when Alex is back, Hugo moves out wide, and then that probably sees the end of gap. I just don't think he's good enough to play at the club. I like him, seems like a good guy, but he stinks. He really does stink. He always finds a way to scam a goal and an assist as well, which really annoys me. Next up, my boy Coutinho Jones, as I like to call him. He's a keep. I saw people trying to say, obviously he was linked with the loan move to the Inter Milan Internazionale. He doesn't like, Slot doesn't seem to like Curtis Jones. They had a bit of a falling out at Burnley. Or not at Burnley, against Burnley, sorry. But I still think he stays. I think Slot stays as well, by the way. And I feel he's more than good enough. If you don't rate Curtis Jones, you don't know what you're talking about. He is absolutely class. He oozes class. The way he roams around that pitch, controlling the tempo, the 1-2s. Oh, mate, he's so good. The creme de la creme of football with Curtis Jones, okay? And I know what you're thinking, that's a bit high praise. But I genuinely believe he's so good. I think he's Liverpool's best midfielder in terms of what he can do on the ball. Not including flying verts, because flying verts I'm attacking more like a 10. I'm looking at actual like 6s and 8s. Curtis Jones is the best on the ball by a mile. He's so technically good. Got a good finish on him as well. What I want to see more is like what he used to do back in the day. Remember the goal at Spurs? And I think he scored a similar one at Leicester and Norwich, when you sort of do that late dying run to like the left of the gut back left, sort of. Just tap away, beautiful. Ever since he came back towards the end of that 22-23 season, Curtis Jones has been brilliant. Curtis Jones was out of it, wasn't playing well. He comes back in after that injury. Bam. Elite. Absolute elite. Dom Szoboszlai again, keep. With Szoboszlai though, just quickly, do you think he will go down as the greatest free kick taker in Premier League history when he retires? I'm not saying he is at this moment in time, but to score those two in the same season, scored the one at Bournemouth as well, I think he's going to be up there. And Szoboszlai is in my Premier League team this season. He was the best midfielder in the league this season. Absolutely incredible. I've got so much time for Dominic Szoboszlai. My Dominic Szoboszlai. You can hear him going into win. Federico, he's it to win. He has to be sold. I'm sorry. I love his song, but he isn't that good. He isn't that good. He's an okay bench player, and I can understand why you might want to keep him as a bench player. I just don't think he's that good. I really don't. I love him. He seems great. And I would be tempted to keep him purely on the emphasis of losing the Lucho Diaz song and then losing the Chiesa song in back-to-back summers. It's absolutely awful for the away fans. Like, what would they do now? I'm still going to sell him, though. I'm just not convinced. I feel like he had an okay start to the year. I'll always be grateful that win at Bournemouth to chant alone. But I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. Okay, so now we've got probably the most interesting one of the video. Mo Salah. Right behind me on the wall, as you can see. You know what I'm going to say. I love Mo Salah. I'm keeping him. Mo Salah has the right to sit on the bench and earn 350k a week for the next 10 years of his life at this football club. I'm eternally in debt to what this man has done. The club are eternally in debt to what he has done. What the club going to do? They're going to sell him. Mo Salah will leave at the end of the season, my feeling. What do? I keep Mo Salah. Absolutely 100%. Twice on a Sunday, Mo Salah stays at the football club. He's the best thing since sliced bread. Ryan Gravenberch now, I would absolutely keep. But I have got a slight problem in the tactics of how the usage of Ryan Gravenberch, and that does need to change. And if not, it's not going to change, and we need to just sack him off. Because he's sending this free roaming sort of midfield. He's got this free role to license to go forward. It sounds great. Until it isn't. Because the key to the whole way Liverpool were press resistant last year is Gravenberch taking it on the half turn. The little Gravenberch turn, you know what I'm on about. The one where you just you just turns them on a turn, you know what I mean? And I feel that without that, Liverpool can't break down a press for their life. Liverpool can't do much at the moment. They got better, to be fair to them. Armstrong has improved it. But I would still keep him. I still a very good footballer, but we need to get him back to what he was doing last year, because what he's doing this year isn't it. I'm sorry, it's not. He's had an average at best season. In fact, he's been rubbish this year. I'm going to say it. This year he has been awful. He's young though, and he was incredible last year, so I'm going to give him the time, and I'm going to say stay, but we need to change of role in how we use him. Trenioni, absolute keep. Like on the weekend, should have scored, but yeah, keep. There's not really much I can add to that. Youngster, needs to play a bit more, but other than that, I can't get too mad. But yeah, just more game time, please. But that's why I'd be tempted with a loan. I would be tempted with a loan. But for me, keep. We don't really loan that many players out nowadays, do we? So I would keep. Andy Robertson, I think you are an absolute incredible legend to the football club. You are one of a kind man. But it's a sell. It's a sell. I'm sorry. You have done enough to justify your legacy at this club. We are forever grateful. But it's time to go. The fact that with the Spurs stuff in January as well. Yeah. Honestly, pleasure to have him at the club, but I think it is time. His legs are past it now. And I can't be dealing with Ali McCoy glazing him on commentary anymore. Does my absolute... I'll tell you what, Andy Robertson's been the best thing. Honestly, he's the best player on the pitch today by a mile flex. I'll tell you what. Mate, just let it go, man. Let it go. We get it. You're like other Scottish men, okay? Bit weird. So, Ramsey, for the sake of your own career, leave. The manager practically said he'd rather have his nan at fullback than you. So I would leave for your own sake. You're in like an abusive relationship right now with the manager. He hates you. He wants you dead. Like if he was told if he was given a gun and he said you have to shoot someone in the Liverpool squad, he is picking you. I would be out of the door ASAP if I were you. Call the emergency services. You're getting abused here. Get out, please. Conor Bradley, well, you ain't going anywhere because you're not going to pass a medical, are you? Conor Bradley, if he could stay fit, that's the wonders of the world, isn't it? Honestly, like, if he could stay fit, the world would be great. It would be great. But it's just not going to happen. Florian Wirtz is an absolute keep for Liverpool. Not even close. Florian Wirtz is a keep. When you spend that much money on a young kid, it's always going to be a keep anyway. People were writing him off after a couple of bad games. I always say don't write players off straight away when they're new signings, especially young, coming from a new league. He's bulked up a little bit now, and he is playing every team off the park. And since he's gone from the injury, against West Ham, Liverpool really need him for the creativity. Really, really, really need him. The whole system almost relies on him now, and they're now lost with what to do. I know he scored 5 on the weekend, so that sounds like a bit contradicting, but trust me, Liverpool weren't. It wasn't a 5-2 performance sort of game. It was more of a draw, really. I thought West Ham played really well. Only again, keep. I liked what he did against Southampton. Then got the injury, so there's not much to go off. But I like the look of him so far. Same with Jeremy Frimpong. I think he is definitely a keep. I've been really impressed. He loves scamming a little own goal, like one of those where he'll beat the fullback, run through a player across, and just get a cheeky touch in from the opposition defender. I do like it. He looked good. He looks good. He just needs to work on that final ball. Against Arsenal, I got really frustrated because he would be getting the space, getting the ball down the line, he would cross it in. But the cross was awful. I mean, that was the only thing lacking. To be fair to him, he could have whipped it in like prime David Beckham. Cody Gakpo, who would have got the ball in probably the centre circle if he'd whipped it in like prime David Beckham, would have grabbed the ball, ran out of the box just to cut inside. Have to put him in keep. Milos Kerkez again keep. I actually think he's been really good. Milos Kerkez has been one of the best left backs in the Premier League this season. I said it, and if you don't agree, you're wrong. I know he had a shaky start. I know he did. And I know Ali McCoy is doing all he can to make Andy Robertson the numero uno left back at this football club. But Milos Kerkez has been brilliant. Absolutely sensational. He's going to win number 7 in his home country come June. You can feel it. He's not actually going to win number 7. He's going home to PSG in the quarterfinals. But I'm going to do a video on that, I think. The look ahead at what we're going to see in the Champions League. What teams I think will win. I just told you one of them. Liverpool are going to get to the quarterfinals and lose to PSG. Finally, with Tarawendo, and I think good serving, but it's time to go. No time to go. Arne, don't really rate you, lad. Go and enjoy the World Cup and get a nice little move to some like Leeds United or something, or maybe go back to Japan. I don't know. Whatever you want, Wata. We're grateful for you. You've been a very good servant to the club, but I think it's time for you to go. If you haven't enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you want me to do. It's been your boy, Big62. And yeah, let me know what, like I said, let me know what you want me to do, and I'll see you all in a bit. Peace!